This is the first episode of Droid Live to Tape. I've tried to record this a couple of times. You know, the old story, tale as old as time. I keep, something works and something doesn't. You should be seeing Minecraft on the screen and hearing my voice. So I'm going to go ahead and press, no, it's this now. Oh boy. Okay. So, yeah, my name is Droid, RGH, and I've been doing legit survival for about 5 years, and I've just been meaning to reach out and maybe share a little bit about my process and why I do this, and about the maps themselves. So let's see, to start off, let's go to, this is the map that I just have been wrapping up, Spooky Mansion 2. There was a little trailer for it not too long ago on the channel. I used the Spooky Mansion seed from the base game, and it starts you on the roof. You may already know this, but the Spooky Mansion seed starts you on the roof of the mansion, and I thought that seemed crazy, so I found a nice place to make a base and built it up. We have, you know, a secure base with lots of stuff. Let's go straight to the finery chest and see what we got here. Yeah. And of course I'm wearing a suit of armor. Enchanting table here, and another one at the skeleton XP grinder. And then we have the nether hub that will take us all the way back to that mansion and to the grinder. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, I sure hope this records and works and everything. Seriously, the first time I recorded for an hour and 15 minutes. The second time I recorded for 40 minutes. Both lost. So here I am chatting it up again. So this is the nether hub. Let's take a look at the skeleton grinder. And may I just say how cool it is that the places I ended up turned out to, you know, that I wanted to settle, turned out to be right on this. It set me right in this nether fortress and allowed me to use its natural hallways. Yeah, so here we go. Pretty simple. Might as well try it out though, right? Since we're here for a little excitement, a little interest. All right. So yeah, lots of armor. We've been using it for a while. We've got a place here to pop out a sword, to do some grinding, a couple of anvils, and here they come. Doesn't take long. Let's see how quickly we can go up in XP with just those guys. See, I went to from 7 to 8. Plus, I got a couple of mending. Oh, that's right. We have I have mending villager. I have an unbreaking 3 villager. Spooky Mansion 2 was going to be a good map. Let me just make sure I switch it back to peaceful, because that's no good. Okay. So now we'll head to the mansion and take a look at that, and then maybe we'll look at some of the other maps I've been working on recently, and just some of the ones from the past. Hello there. Oh, the blaze grinder. Yeah. Got it off right now, obviously, with not being in hostile mode, but that was a design by Blazed MC. Thank you, Blazed MC. They've recently hit some big milestones and blown up a bit. Good for them. Him, I guess. And here we are at the mansion. I call this the lobby. You can go AFK here or just hang out for a while and wait for stuff to spawn. Awesome. And that's for Spooky Mansion 2. Now I'd like to update this one more time before the end of, before like the Halloween season that we have here in the States. There we go. See, I opened it all up. I took all the walls out, and look, even up here, do I know exactly what I'm going to do with this? No, I do not know exactly what I'm going to do with this. But the theme I'm working from is Spooky Mansion TV. And if you know, and if you've been following my stuff, you know I've had a TV station in my maps before. so that map will start on the roof, just like it does in the, original seed. But for now, it just is, I don't know. There's nothing up here, so I wanted to start it at the base. But yeah, if you have friends join your map, they'll spawn here. And there's an easy way to get down and find your way through. All right, so let's see. So that's Spooky Mansion 2, soon to be available on Legit Survival at our partners, CurseForge and Patreon. And actually, I believe, don't forget McPedal, MCPEDL. They have a great app that has all of Legit Survival's maps. That actually goes through CurseForge, though. CurseForge owns McPedal. So, hey, thank you for listening to all that. Let's get out of this. Maybe we'll just look at a couple more and we'll shoot for like 10 or 15 minutes. So if I lose it, it's not as devastating. The players who worked on this map, this is a collaborative map, community map. They put a lot of effort into it, and in fact they wanted to do like a reunion, and there was another map after this one that was a reunion map. They had gathered a lot of their stuff and brought it to spawn, much like you see this stuff here. And so I was looking at the return map and I started goofing off with it, and I started going to all the different locations around the map and bringing in even more stuff. Other players hadn't brought their stuff, so I got their stuff too, and I brought it all into one chunk. And right about in this spot, I built a time machine. Wrong thing. Quitting. So let's go to Legit Survival Time Machine. They made so many shulker boxes. I just couldn't believe it. And so I brought them and I sorted out all these materials. I spent some time on this and I thought, well, maybe you're traveling back in time. You're taking all the best stuff, packing it into a time machine, and then going 25,000 years in the future. What? So that's what Legit Survival Time Machine is. That's another fun map. I mean, it's if you like desert, if you like desert and you want to have all the stuff right at the beginning, Legit Survival Time Machine is your map. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let's look at the castle. Some of you are following along with Legit Survival Castle. It needs some buildings. These spots were here in the last map, but what I have done is brought the villagers. There's a village just to the south, and I brought several of them overland in boats so that they could populate this village. And then I made this tower into something kind of crazy. So fact of the matter, I don't love how it looks right now. I think it looks kind of crazy. I think the pointiness is weird. I think it needs to be straight up and then have a bigger top that like spreads out like you imagine a castle. And then this shorter part needs to have its own corner towers, sort of like these larger corner towers, right? That go out a little further and has a big platform. But I've been, I like to build just basically, I don't want to say randomly, but, with what I have on me and like just kind of what makes sense in the moment. And sometimes that means building and breaking and going back and building it again. And that, I think that's what's going to happen with this, with this top part up here. Or maybe I'll just build around it. Like that's the innards, build more around it. I don't know, the castle map, I would love to hear any feedback you have. If there's one thing I want you to comment on in the comments is what the heck I should do with the castle map. So that's what's going on with stage 3. The main difference is I brought in the villagers and, the walls are done. I can't remember how the outer wall... Oh no, the gate's open. Villagers getting away. All right. Well, we'll look at that later. So that's the castle map. If you're just joining us, this is Droid RGH, and I am going through some of our legit survival maps. Let's see. What other maps do I have? I'm looking at my list. Oh, well, we should look at the current island. Ah, yes. Here's this guy. We love this. We love having a Happy Ghast. Let's take a ride. I think what I'm most excited about on this map is just that this logo is done. Or at least in a state of doneness. Yes. It was the Happy Ghast that made it possible to get in there and build the backside of this. I want to say that the face was all done standing and hopping. And shifting, right? Crouching. The bottom part, I did some of that, but it was so bad and so hard and such a hassle that doing it with this guy was like, hey, check this out. Ho ho! So I've been putting out these snapshots. This last one was the Happy Ghast snapshot. But what it really needs to be done, well, I'll just get into that later. I need to do some things. We need to fight the dragon. We need to get Elytra, however the hell you say it. Jack Black says Elytra, so I should probably go with that. And I would love to build these buildings. I've got these little platform, foundations marked out. That one's like a villager. It's basically a villager skyrise. Residences, and then we have what I keep calling the Tree Museum over here. And then it's this crazy cruise ship. Every single time I look at it, I think, what was I thinking? I say it out loud, and I say it again today. What was I thinking? Building a project this big and saying it's gonna be even bigger. Yeah, I started putting in iron for the sides. Iron sides. Not just the sides, but all the way underneath too. It's like when I plan these things, I think that I can do it constantly every day for 10 hours a day every day. And I'll have plenty of time because I have all that time. But I don't quite have that much time. Well, let's see. I've been talking for maybe 15 minutes or so, and I think that's a good test. I'm hoping that it actually recorded the screen for the whole time. I'm looking over at OBS. I see my screen. I'm flying down. It looks like I'm recording. I can see my meters bouncing. Well, I'll just let them fly around for a while. Yeah, if you got any other comments, if you do leave a comment, maybe also add what we should name this guy. This Happy Ghast, who lives on our island, needs a name. Well, this is Droid RGH. Thank you for tuning in to what hopefully will be the very first episode of Droid Live to Tape, where I walk around, and I don't go actually live, but I try not to say anything that I have to cut out later, so you guys can enjoy it and learn a little bit more about what we do here. Thanks again, and always remember, keep it legit.